There's not a face for every culture, every ethnicity, every race. So when you tell me that I'm too dark to be Dominican, show me what a Dominican looks like. And then try to tell me that I'm not Dominican enough. Because you're wrong. I'm Dominican, I'm Black, I'm an Afro-Latina, and you can't tell me any different. An Afro-Latina is simply a person who just identifies with their Blackness. That's it. I'm a Black girl and my family is from Dominican Republic. But people say I'm too dark to be Dominican. People say I can't be Latina. Growing up, there was no one who looked like me. I remember just being called charcoal. I remember being called too dirty. At one point, I stopped saying I was Dominican. My goal is simply to be able to help the youth feel comfortable in their skin and own it. Oye, ¿qué lo que? Hello? ¿Ustedes me están mirando? Most people know me as Monica Style Muse over on YouTube, Instagram, you name it. I've been able to be extremely successful as an Afro-Latina in the beauty space. This is one of my favorite eyebrow pencils because the precision just makes your brows, you know I live for a brow lift. I'm not the best makeup artist and never did I ever say I was, but I feel like if I can at least just inspire other people to just live in their own truth regardless of what other people think.
I know her because I follow her on Instagram.
Oh, she likes me.
I like her.
It took me maybe 3 years to really find myself and to be my own muse on my channel. You can put this all over your face to really bring the moisture back into your face so you look refreshed. One day I just decided, you know what? I'm gonna be myself.
Espérense, déjenme ponerme estos lentes.
At first, when I started speaking Spanish on my channel, they were like, can you stop this? Can you just make a separate channel? And I said, you know what? No, this is who I am. And it was the best decision I've ever made for myself.
Being a Latina means knowing that you have a culture and a background and a story that can't also be taken from you.
My audience is this sassy person who is just so ready to take on whatever the world throws at them. They're gonna figure it out one way or another, and that's what I've done. Even like thinking back to little Monica, baby Monica was so timid. She was so scared of the world. I'm an adult now, you can't really faze me. Cause si tu brillo te molesta, which means if my shine bothers you, that's not my problem.
You're in Mississippi, and everywhere you go, tamales. Those magical little snacks of corn flour and meat packed into a corn husk. Tamales, tamales, tamales. So if you've ever wondered what Mississippi tastes like, it tastes like me, the tamale. My journey starts almost 100 years ago. It's 1930. And Mexican migrants are trickling into Mississippi. They bring along a taste of home, their version of the sandwich. Me, the tamale.
My great-grandfather came here from Mexico City, jumped the trains, ended up in Mississippi. He decided to make his family's homemade hand-rolled hot tamales. And in 1939, opened up this place and started selling tamales. You have to understand, this is a family thing. I'm the 4th generation. These same generational people who have been coming to the Big Apple Inn for the last 78 years are also generational. When they eat a tamale, they always have a story. My daddy used to bring me here. His daddy had the same kind of story. His daddy had the same kind of story. Tamales caught on here and it became a staple in the city.
So there I am, winning over the Mississippi natives. And as I make my way up into the Delta, my location may change, but little did I know that the tradition of family most certainly would not. Just like Gino and his grandfather at the Big Apple Inn, I bring the Scott family together, a family who has gone on to be known as the first family of tamales in Mississippi.
In the early 50s, my father bought the recipe from a Mexican guy. My mother and father taught me. My sisters and my niece, all of us together, we making hot tamales. We just one big hot tamale family. Any business that's family-oriented, I think it'll last longer.
Much like the Scott family, the Doe family is made up of a long line of tamale makers. Doe's Eat Place is a landmark restaurant that helped propel me to become the backbone of Mississippi cuisine I've become today.
My daddy started this restaurant in 1941 with my mother. We've been here 76 years. Mama had a sister that was living here, and Daddy had a couple, 2 or 3 sisters that were living here, so they all came and rolled tamales. You know, a lot of people ask us, you know, how did tamales get prevalent in the Delta? It's been family. You know, the family's been here all the time.
As tamales made their way from Mexican culture to African American communities and on to Mississippi's white population, there's one thing that remained a constant: family, the most Southern concept of all.
Our mariachi, Flor de Toloache, is different than most mariachis. We're formed in New York City. We're all women. Most people think of mariachi as being from Mexico, as being men, as being macho, and, you know, we're pretty much opposite of all those things.
I started my musical career playing with a local all-male mariachi in Brooklyn. For me, it was really hard to communicate with other male mariachis because of the machismo that's very vivid in the culture and in the genre of mariachi. That's kind of why I wanted to start my own group, and that led for me to do an all-female group because I didn't want to deal with men. And it's not so much that people say you're not a mariachi, but it's the fact that they think that we cannot play mariachi. Because we're women and we're wearing pants and we have curly hair and we don't look Mexican or we don't have this look that they're expecting.
As a women mariachi, we're technically supposed to be wearing skirts, and it didn't work for us.
It's one of the most passionate music that I've ever heard. It's just beautiful. It's very heartfelt, and I think that's what makes mariachi so special. It's my dream to be able to perform and connect with people through music. I don't think I could ask for more, you know, and that's what keeps us going, I think.
Thank you so much. Gracias, Nueva York. Thank you so much, everybody. We love you.
This is what a typical bodega sounds like. But this bodega sounds a little different.
La única radio que tú escuchas todo el día.
Almost every street corner in New York City has a small store with sandwiches, groceries, and drinks. This is a bodega.
Soy Giovanni Valdés. Un segundo.
Cut.
Ok. Yo nací en República Dominicana. Yo iba a las estaciones de radio y yo decía esto, me gusta esto, yo quiero hacer esto. Me mudé a Nueva York en el 99. Bueno, empecé la radio aquí hace 4 años. No hay ninguna bodega que yo conozca que tenga radio como yo. Aquí en la bodega, yo soy Giovanni Valdés. Ya automáticamente entro a la radio, es DJ Yoba. Esto es Relambío FM, DJ Yoba en cabina, el DJ más relambío. Relambío es una palabra que, ¿cómo se dice? Flirt, coquetear, coqueto. Entonces de ahí sacamos el nombre de Relambío FM porque me decían el Relambío y cambié el nombre. Buenas tardes, mi gente. Mi show representa a la comunidad latina aquí en Brooklyn, en East New York. Tenemos alcance más o menos de 40.000 a 60.000 personas. Trato de complacerlo a todito un poco con su música. Una es música urbana, una es música romántica, merengue, bachata, poca música clásica. Entonces yo decidí todo traerlo a una sola radio. Relambí FM estamos más enfocados no solamente en música, es un talk show involucrado con la comunidad. East New York, mucho tiempo atrás, era un área muy mala. Yo dije, ok, vamos y invitamos a la gente que escucha la radio a las reuniones comunitarias y tratar de arreglar los problemas que tenemos aquí. Queremos recordarle que cualquier inquietud que usted tenga, es muy importante que usted asista a las reuniones. Gracias a la gente del Precinto 75 y en comunidad, en conjunto, con nosotros estamos haciendo un buen trabajo. Es bastante el apoyo que estamos teniendo en la comunidad después de la radio.